Dr. Abdullah, thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome.
The US and NATO have started withdrawing their forces from Afghanistan. Do you fear an increase in violence?
There is always a possibility of that. Should Taliban choose to increase violence with the hope that they can take advantage of that situation, that's a possibility. And I hope that they are not making that mistake.
How do you think this announcement of a withdrawal will impact your negotiations with the Taliban?
In natural circumstances, when these sorts of situations takes place, and one side which thinks that because of the vacuum that the withdrawal leaves, it may be able to take advantage of that situation, that emboldens the position of the sides. The one which thinks more on the military term rather than peaceful means. And that's the concern, that Taliban position might get further emboldened. While as far as their excuses or the reasons that they were giving, that it's because of the presence of the international forces, it's jihad against the foreigners and so on and so forth. So in 3 months' time, perhaps even less than 3 months' time, there will be no foreign troops in our soil.
What's the status of Doha negotiations? They seem to have stalled.
Recently, with the announcement of the withdrawal before September 11, the Taliban position has changed. They say that they have gone to their chief negotiator has gone to Pakistan to consult with their leaders and to take directions from them, to take instruction about it, to shape up their position, what they would do from today onward, which is 1st of May, because earlier their position was that we were going to attack the international forces. So as far as Doha process is concerned, we still believe that it's important, and also other opportunities like Turkey, the meeting in Turkey. Of course, it has to be a meaningful event. Both sides need to work beforehand in order to make it more effective.
You mentioned the Turkey conference, the Istanbul conference as it's known. The Taliban are refusing to come. So A, why are they refusing to come? And do you think even after Eid, if they don't come, there will be an Istanbul conference?
If they don't come to a meeting which is supposed to be between both sides and supported by the international community, of course, this will be a new situation. The conference will not take place. They haven't said that they are not coming. They haven't said that they are coming. That has been the difficulty in negotiating with the Taliban throughout. They leave their position very vague. They give different impressions to different interlocutors. And then, as a result of such an attitude, the time in Doha was not best utilized.
If the Istanbul conference happens, there are two competing proposals, one by you, one by President Ghani. Which one is it that you will take to Istanbul?
No, I wouldn't call it two competing proposals. I will say that the main elements of what has been talked about is the same. Peaceful settlement, yes. End state based on one person, one vote, yes. How to get from here to there? There are different scenarios that we can discuss it. We can put it on the table, not as two conflicting views, but something that we can negotiate, each one of them.
Are you saying that you're taking both proposals to Turkey?
No, I mean, the whole thing is the purpose of getting there in Turkey is to agree to at least to have some understanding beforehand with the Taliban.
So you're saying that there should be some pre-agreement before going to Istanbul. There should be some understanding with the Taliban because it needs to be a meaningful conference.
Some understanding,
Some
yes.
understanding. Who's doing that negotiation right now?
The conveners are talking to the Taliban as well as us.
So
they used to. It's the UN, it's Qatar, it's Turkish government. their representatives. And also the United States, which has been involved in it. The support group, the facilitating countries like Germany, Norway, Uzbekistan, Indonesia, these countries are also behind the scene, they are active.
Is there any contact right now between the Afghan negotiation team and the Taliban? Or
no, at this stage, no.
You're saying the conveners are talking to Taliban. Are there any indications of what the Taliban want? Have they shared any proposal, any idea of what their version of peace looks like?
They leave their position very vague, very general. We want the establishment of Islamic system. What is that Islamic system? How the leaders will be elected or selected? They say that there needs to be an Islamic council. So is it elected Islamic council? If it is elected, on what basis? All these things are vague. They have not opened their heart in that regard.
The Taliban have sent a letter to a lot of politicians, you included in that list. What is in that letter?
The point is that different groups of Taliban, they make contact with the leaders. Sometimes they send some notes. It's mainly, I've checked with the others as well, the messages are mainly the same. Even there, their position is very vague. And you don't know if there's a position of one group versus another. But again, they talk about the Islamic system, they talk about unified Afghanistan and all of that, that nobody disputes that. But nothing, no clarity whatsoever.
Do you think the Taliban want peace?
I hope, I wish, and I hope, because otherwise the war will continue.
And if negotiations fail, which is the worst fear of some Afghans, do you fear a civil war?
We cannot rule out that scenario, that the situation will get very difficult for the people and the war will continue. My point is that at this stage, the Taliban have not said that they are not talking. Let's not lose hope, because it will not be. It will be a worst case scenario should it happen. So at this stage, the whole focus should be on how to make it work.
Well, thank you very much for your time again.
You're welcome. Good. Thanks.